morning, YouTube. Taking a break from my usual tool-based ramblings to give an update on Lazy Acres. I recently acquired 25-acre mountain paradise. To the 35 of you who give a damn. If you're curious, check out part 1 and 2 down in the description. First things first, I spent about $8,000 leveling and building a stone driveway, as I do not own a truck, and I needed a way for the dumpster and power company droids to get up this hill for me. It also makes it much easier for the minivan to get up to the... Wait a minute. Where did my mobile home go? In lieu of spending hours with a sawzall hacking the frame up, I offered this guy an alternative. Use his magical machine here to get this over to the other side so I can build a bridge, and we'll call it square. He's been at this for a while. I don't think this little digger can do it. Not enough reach. I'll have to come back with straps and winches and a gullible stooge that I can huck Finn into doing the hard work for me. Ready, Dad? Krug smart. Krug invent new way move heavy thing over ground. Me call it elder abuse. Pennsylvania was charging me $2,500 a year in taxes because the land technically had a habitable building on it. Go figure. If you saw how bad that trailer was in part 1 or 2. Pennsylvania's a great state, but the corruption's on steroids. The demo and removal cost me $4,000. But my tax bill got reduced to $500. According to my calculations, that demo will have paid for itself in 2 years. It also left me with this sturdy-ish frame to build a bridge over the Grand Canyon here. Evel Knievel would approve. My local township will probably not. Shh. Speaking of approval, I got my wife to approve this scrap pile. And yes, this deck is made out of an old swing set playhouse thing. It's cedar. I'll fix that later. Interested in a little before and after tour? If not, go ahead and watch Netflix or something better. I recommend Love, Death, and Robots. Easily one of the best communist countries I've visited. California's a bit too foreign for me, and Cuba got outlawed before I could get down there.
I got a little wife, she's the joy of my life, there's no place like home. I got a little house that I call my own, there's no place like home. I come home at night from a hard day's work, meet 6, 7 kids with a face full of dirt. And they all go to sleep on the bosom of my shirt. There's no place like home. Sweet, sweet home. There's no place like home. When the baby cries out in the middle of the night, there's no place like home. You search for medicine without any light. There's no place like home. You jump out of bed on an upturned tack, come a sliding down the stairs in the middle of your back, and your wife hollers out, "Oh, hurry up, Jack." Her name is Les. With your wife's cold feet in the middle of your back, there's no place like home.
I was told everything in here worked. And over the course of the winter, as I was fixing it up, I found that the thermostat works great. Starting in the most important room, the plastic cabinet latch is all crumbled in the dust, so I had to fix those. The toilet, well, that leaked and parts were obsolete, so got a new crapper. Ugh, I think those s'mores were undercooked. That motor was seized. Fixed it. But I like to keep the smell in. The shower diverter didn't work. So that's all brand new plastic stainless steel Chinesium. All of the plumbing was frozen and split. And the hot water heater rusted out like a Chevette on the deck of the Titanic. Still haven't fixed that one, so I've been having some invigorating morning showers up here. The water pump couldn't build pressure anymore, so that's new. Also, I found out where the mice were getting in. The fridge was leaking a delightful combination of propane and ammonia. So I took advantage of some college back-to-school sales and made this mini fridge microwave combo. The heater fan motor bearings and igniter were shot, and of course, obsolete. But I redneck hobbled something together. I also added some steel mesh from an old fireplace screen to the intake and exhaust ports in the furnace. Because wasps love propane for some reason, and I love them. The charge controller, this one's funny. One night, it started intermittently leaking 120 out to all my 12-volt circuits while I was test camping in the driveway with the 5-year-old, and light bulbs started popping and blowing up like the 4th of July. Probably damaged my inverter, too. Now he's terrified to come back inside. Wish I had that on video. The gas range leaked and was full of mouse turds. The oven has a bad thermocouple and won't light, which, other than drying shoes, I don't know why you need an oven for camping. The kitchen faucet leaked. New washers there. I made some personal touches too. Put up this small TV for rainy days. Yes, I know I bought this place to get away from it all, but have you ever had to entertain kids in a tiny camper on a rainy day? You take that high horse all the way to the glue factory. I got an antenna, but up here it won't even pick up Telemundo. Fortunately, you can also play DVDs, and it has a USB port for digital files, but it only recognizes JPEGs for some stupid reason. New curtains and cushions all around. I actually really liked the old ones, but they chose death over coming clean, so they're in the trash. I opted to keep this kind of retro, but, you know, sanitary. Learned some lessons from the last guy and put every single edible thing in plastic locking tubs. And I got these thick plastic bags for all my cushions while I'm away. Mice. Never wished death on such a cute little thing. Had to add at least one USB port. Kind of thoughtless for the manufacturer not to include these from the factory back in '86. And I lovingly built my oldest son a loft of his own, because kids love lofts. He's even got his own little window. He hates it. Keeps hitting his head. The utilities situation remains a bit of a mixed bag. Good news number one, I have electricity. Power company's running a line from the last pole to the pole I built with my dad over the winter.
On the other way. Put it on the other way. Yeah, it should be yeah.
My late Uncle Bill borrowed that sign from a trailer park down in Arkansas, where my great-grandfather had a place. It was 40 years ago, so they must not want it back. But it's the namesake for this place, and now I have somewhere to install it. Good news number two, like I said, this gave me an excuse to spend a few days of quality time with my dad, the less doubtful technician, building this utility pole here for 200 amp service. I can run my camper, my welder, level 2 charging for that piece of crap, and my well. All at the same time! Speaking of the well, that's still an issue. Last time you visited, I was trying to prime the line to the well and failing. So I cut the line down here, backfed the line with a sump pump up there to see what was happening. And I found that the line going into the old trailer went nowhere. This is the actual water line that's hooked up. Found it under a tarp 3 feet further underneath the trailer. Go figure. Unfortunately, it still wouldn't prime, so I ditched the jet pump and me and the old man put a submersible pump in there. Ready? Hey! It's making plenty of pressure, just not much flow.
Hours later.
Been running it for a day and it's gone from chocolate milk to ginger ale, back to chocolate milk, then to orange juice. And it smells pretty nasty, so I'm gonna put 2 gallons of bleach in there overnight, and we'll see how that turns out. I might need a new well. Oh, wait, it's clearing up. Never mind. Advice would be welcome. My septic tank is 50 yards downhill and across the Grand Canyon from the well. So I can't be that, but they do have the same smell. The septic tank is what it is. Tank over there, plywood over the caved-in hole for safety, and the old sewer line sticking out here. Just gonna run a hose from here up to the camper. Just once a season. Empty it manually, call it a day. I won't say exactly how my scrawny ass pulled this Sierra out of the hole it had sunk itself in while stuck in park with no wheels on, but I will say that a rented F-250 Super Duty and a 20,000-pound recovery strap go together like peanut butter and chocolate. Just need a little runway. And one big jerk. No lowballers. Price just went up. As for the rest of the place, I set at my 22 plinking range. Gotta have a gong. And I spent a romantic weekend with my chainsaw and my spray paint, making some roughly identifiable trails so I can stop getting lost on my own damn property. And other than that, I'm just going to leave it as God made it. Thanks for watching.